Hey guys, what's up? So today is just an update video on what's been going on in the market. So let's take a look at SPX. This is SPX. So SPX today opened near the support, and we climbed off the support. We didn't have much volume after the initial first hour. Everything was usually just chop, but I would consider today a very trendy green day. If you look across the board, let's go through Tesla. Now, this is Apple, so we'll go to Tesla after. Apple had a very, very green day. Tesla had a 7% day. Let me hide these drawings. Tesla had a 7% day. It's almost at Thursday levels. Tesla's having earnings very soon, so it should be. I don't want to enter Tesla right now. Netflix is having earnings tomorrow in after hours, which should, if they come in green, it should rocket the market. If they come in red, I don't really think much is gonna happen to the market because I think the market is already pricing in a red move. But if they do come in green, market will price in every other earnings or every other big earnings as green, and that should be a catalyst for the market to go back up near these higher levels like 380, 390. Okay, so let's take a look at positions that I'm currently looking at or I'm currently in. So one that I'm looking at right now is Snow. Snow had a hard time breaking through 146, and every single time we tested this low, we wicked off, and we opened with multiple green candles in a row, and after a certain point, Snow was leading the market. Snow is almost at the 200 EMA, and if we can cross this 200 EMA around 170, we can take calls all the way up to 185, or these go all the way up to 200, but I'm not going to test those. I'm going to go to 185. That's somewhere I feel comfortable. I'll take 185 maybe a month out, November 18th. An options that I'm looking at is Microsoft. I already have a position in Microsoft. Microsoft was really beat up when we had the initial drops. Microsoft is looking good for call side. Microsoft reclaimed the 200 EMA in after hours today, and if we can stay above that on the 1 hour chart, we could take calls all the way up to 250. 250 is the strike that I have for November 18th. In addition, we have the highest point that you can probably look to get is around 270, 265. 265 for December 2nd, 2022 doesn't look bad either. Another stock that is doing very well is Home Depot. I have 300 calls. I didn't really announce them anywhere, but I have 300 calls. 300 calls are looking very good. Home Depot looks strong against the market right now. And yes, we did get rejected off the 200 EMA, but if we open above the 200 EMA, I think we can reclaim up to 290s very soon by the end of the week. And if we do get a Netflix green earnings, I think that we can continue going up very, very high, around 295, maybe 300. That should be a very, very good. I had them for a month out, so those seem to be my positions for now. And on weeklies, I have not exactly a weekly, but a very close expiration, 2 weeks out. I have Tqq calls at 20. I have 20 call for Tqq for next week, October 28th. I got them at $117 right now, and they closed at break even after hours. The after hours Tqq is at 1975, which is very good. I think we open above $20, and that should be a easy $60 worth of profit. If I do get those $60, I'll probably exit the position and look for a re-entry either on a pullback, or if we see Netflix red earnings, I'll play SQQQ calls on the way upward. SQQQ broke the 200 EMA. I know these are leveraged stocks, so they don't really matter that much, but it broke the 200 EMA. So I want to test lows of around $47, $45 before I enter longer dated calls, because the market is still handling inflation. A few more tickers to look at are the semiconductor tickers. Nvidia. One more that I like to point out is QCOM and Nvidia, AMD, and SOXL in general, the average bull ETF for semiconductors. So semiconductors, a few people I know took 8 call for this week. They were able to exit with around 50 to 60% profit. A lot of them re-entered, a few of them re-entered, and I know someone personally that I know got away with a lot of profit by swinging these from Friday. So that was a very cool play to see. Semiconductors got beat up after AMD pre-released their earnings. So today AMD had a solid green day with very little red volume. I think we can reclaim up to. So the reason why semiconductors are kind of like risky, and I know I'm gonna say we can reclaim up to certain levels, but the reason I'm personally not entering these is because we do have INTC earnings, Nvidia earnings coming up soon, and those are very big earnings, not just for the market, but very, very directly in result of semiconductors. And AMD, even though they did release a red earnings in advance, I think when they do release their actual earnings, they will obviously have another red earnings, and that will still cause them to go down, which is one of the reasons I didn't enter any SOXL calls, any semi calls, anything like that. So the one last ticker that I have for you guys that I just want to show you. This is like a little trick for the market. I don't have any options on this or anything like that. This is XBI. So XBI, I've been monitoring this all day. I've been waiting for it to claim the 200 EMA. So XBI is basically one of my close friends, or one of the people that I trade with. They basically run this little test, kind of a test. If XBI is green or climbing green, the market is more risk on, and they are willing to take a risk on the market, meaning that you can take calls. And right now we obviously see a very green day. We had a very green opening candle and a very red opening candle immediately after. I saw this and I thought that I was going to enter puts today because we got rejected off of this 200 EMA, but the next immediate candle reclaimed it, and then we stayed above it for the rest of the day. I think that we can if we look at XBI, and since XBI is green, general market also green, I think we do climb. We have news catalysts Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesday and Thursday of this week, we have three news events that we should be looking out for. We have crude oil inventories. We have a few more things, manufacturing numbers, and a few more things to look at. I think we can. Oh, and one more thing. So this is how I look at futures. So this is the five futures to look at. All of these, and then this is VIX. VIX is obviously the volatility index. If you don't know what the volatility index is, it's just basically how volatile the market is right now. It's an indication of how volatile the market is right now. So futures are up almost a percent. We're into Asian Open. I think by European Open we can get up to 1.5, hopefully 1.3, somewhere around there. So I brought up this website for one reason. So that was one of them. Here's the second one. These tickers that they have, market movers, most active. What that shows is volume. So these high volume tickers, these are the tickers that you want to be playing. You could also look at gainers and losers. I know these are not really that reliable, because obviously you can have a 50% gainer on like a shitter stock or like a penny stock. I like playing high volume tickers, so you could look at these like most active to see which ones you want to play. We have Apple, Tesla. These two had really good volume today. AMD's consistently up here. Nvidia's consistently up here. Microsoft had great volume today. Netflix had really good volume today, I'm assuming because of earnings. Netflix usually has good earnings too. But yeah, another few tickers to look at for volume is my two favorites, Tqq and Skq. The volume today we had, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Where do I find it? These guys usually have 140 million volume, and that's a lot of volume. SQQQ also around 120, 130 million volume. Oh, right here. Under 40 million volume on SQQQ today, and TQQQ had 230 million volume. So these guys move a lot. The options are also relatively cheap. I paid 117 for not even a weekly. That's literally basically in the money. So if you guys are interested in playing tech earnings, or not just tech earnings, but like tech calls or tech shorts, look at these guys. They're very, very cheap contracts. You can get them for relatively cheap. You can buy a lot of them. They move pretty well. Their IVs are not as cranked as some weeklies are. And yeah, those are some tickers to add to your watch list for this week. My general bias lies that we test higher highs, but anything can happen in this market. So I would like for you guys to remember, keep your risks as small and as limited as possible. You don't want to be playing binary events. Like if you played the CPI, you would obviously get fucked. But remember to keep your risk in levels that you can control. And besides that, I don't have much more to say. If you guys like the content, I'm really trying to put out the best content right now. If you guys like what you guys are hearing, drop a follow, drop a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.